Blessings. Blessings, family. How's everybody doing? So real quick, I just wanted to give you a astrological forecast for the weekend. So this is going to be fast. So if you have a pen and pad, I would suggest that you take notes. If you have a pen and pad, I would suggest that you take notes. Blessings, Emily. Okay. So starting off, first thing is that you have the moon in Scorpio at the 4th degree. So
I started plumbing when I was 19 years
when
old.
the moon is in Scorpio, it brings about a sense of wanting to be hidden and brings about introspection, but mainly introversion. So right now you might be feeling a sense of, well, it really depends on where Scorpio is in your chart, but essentially for everybody, when the moon is in Scorpio, these are like the main topics. You're going to be wearing black. You're going to want to be hidden. You're not going to want anybody to like perceive you. Your comfort is going to come from other people lending things to you. So let's say if somebody buys your lunch, you get like a check. Like when the moon is in Scorpio, your comfort level, because the moon rules over Cancer, and Cancer rules over like our comfort level, our foundation, our family. It's usually like our emotional state, like our emotional intelligence. That's Cancer. So when the moon is in Scorpio, you are boosting your emotional intelligence introspectively, right? Another thing about Scorpio is that Scorpio is, some people might say controlling, but I would say Scorpio is fixed. Scorpio is not really controlling, Scorpio is fixed, meaning that Scorpio is a fixed sign. So when Scorpio is set on doing something, it can be perceived as controlling, because when water wants something, water takes over something, because water controls everything. So Scorpio is a fixed water. So imagine the power of fixed water, like tidal waves, tsunamis. You seeing what fixed water can do. That's the power of Scorpio. Okay? Cancer is cardinal water, but when it's fixed water, it's stubborn, it's persistent. So when you have the moon in Scorpio, your power comes from that. What can I control that's in the realm of my consciousness? You're going to be looking for things to like redo, like redoing, like cleaning up your room, organizing stuff in your apartment. That's the moon in Scorpio on a deeper level, not just like the surface level of things that you hear on TikTok or whatever. Like, this is the undertones of moon in Scorpio, like the meat and bones. All right. Another thing is that during this time, you're just gonna want to be comfy, man. Like, you want to leave the house, but you're like, how can I leave the house and do this in pajamas? Because the moon in Scorpio is at the 4th degree. 4 represents Cancer, so it's that introspective feeling, but at the same time, how can I do this, but how can I be ultra comfortable as well? That's the feeling right now. Moving on to Venus in Libra. So Venus in Libra is at the 11th degree right now. So Venus in Libra is more so like partnerships, but when it's at the 11th degree, it's partnerships that are forming online, because the 11th degree represents Aquarius, represents Uranus energy. So when Venus is in Libra, Venus rules over Libra, so Venus is home in Libra, but Venus also rules over Taurus. So what does this mean when Venus is at home in Libra? So you want to focus on your interpersonal skills. You want to focus on the connections that you have with other people. But also, depending on where Libra is in your chart, like if Libra is in your second house right now, you're going to be presented with contracts coming into you, like money made through contracts. But be certain that you understand what a contract looks like, because most of the time people perceive a contract to be like, I'm handing this to you, sign this and I'm going to give you money. But a contract could be like a verbal contract. A contract can look like, hey, I'm gonna do this next week. Like giving your word these days it's always, that's like the first form of contracting. But when it's at the 11th degree, be careful with the connections that you are making online and the contracts that you are creating online with other people, because the 11th degree represents online spaces, social media. Okay, so Venus at the 11th degree can also bring about a great time for, I'm not really into polygamy, so I won't really go down that route, but it's a good time for that. But like Hinge, what's the other one? Tinder, whatever the new ones are now, you can use those websites. Like this is the opportune time to use those websites, because Venus in Libra at the 11th degree brings about love online, like online loving. And just to dive a bit deeper with Venus in Libra, let me give you an aspect. So Venus is, this is a good one. So Venus is trining with Jupiter in Gemini at the 19th degree. Okay, this is perfect. This actually like confirms what I'm saying. So Venus in Libra is forming a trine aspect with Jupiter in Gemini at the 19th degree. So Jupiter in Gemini at the 19th degree brings about a sense of, I want to talk more, I want to communicate more, I want to get in my car and I just want to drive. So you might be, let me focus on this first, you might be finding yourself in your car like just driving, unless you just got in a bad car accident like me and you're kind of traumatized, you don't really want to drive that much. Anyway, I digress. But that's what Jupiter and Gemini is. I want to talk. I want to drive. I want to communicate with my siblings, my family, like your sisters, your brothers, that sort of thing. So when Jupiter is in Gemini at the 19th degree represents Libra, and Venus is in Libra. So what does this mean? Shooting your shot in people's DMs right now would work out best for you, because it's, I want to communicate, but I want to communicate with the purpose of initiating something. And it doesn't always have to be romantic. And guys, if you didn't catch all of this, I'm going to upload this video to my YouTube, which I strongly suggest that you follow. But when Jupiter is in Gemini at the 19th degree, this brings about this poetic sense of like, I really want to speak to this person, but I want to speak in a sense of like romantic. Like this brings, so you might be, finding yourself on somebody's page wanting to say something to them, but you don't know how to shoot your shot. Let me tell you, with this alignment, with this trine, the trine is something that is, the trine, it opens up a door. Think about it this way. Pyramids are used for harnessing energy, right? So when you have a trine, when I'm reading people's charts, I look at a trine like a pyramid. So that trine in your chart is that quality about yourself that harness people's energy. This is something that you are just so naturally good at that people will pay you for. So when you have a trine and the chart for everybody, this brings about a seduction pyramid, because you have Jupiter and Gemini at the 19th degree trining with Venus and Libra. So you're going to have a lot of relationships forming right now. If you're somebody that's looking for love, and if you have Libra in your one of the cardinal houses, the 1st, 4th, 7th, or 10th, if you have Libra, actually probably like in a fixed house, and if the person that you're pursuing has Libra in the fixed house, this would be a good time for you all to connect right now. Let me say that in a way that everybody can understand. Love is in the air, quite literally, with this trine, okay? So don't get in your head about it. Don't overthink about it, because let me make sure that we don't have any. Well, the sun is in Virgo. The sun is in Virgo. The sun represents how we flirt, how we play, how we date. And the sun also represents sex. That's something that you don't hear a lot, but it's true. The 5th house represents sex, just like the 7th and the 8th. The 7th is more so marital sex, but the 8th is more so that freaky deaky. Now the 5th is more so the freaky, or both the 5th and the 8th are the freaky deaky, but the 8th is more so like one night stands, okay? So the sun can represent one night stands, playfulness, flirtation, that type of thing. But when the sun is in Virgo, it's more so like, I'm about to flirt, but I want to do it like this. No, I should do it like this. Or maybe I should tell them, or maybe I should write them a letter. Or maybe, you see? So when the sun is in Virgo, it brings about a sense of wanting to shoot your shot, but not really knowing how to shoot your shot. But remember what I just said prior to this, with Jupiter and Gemini trining with Venus and Libra. This is that trine pyramid that brings about this seduction portal for you to find the person that you are meant to be in alignment with. But you ever feel like, you're looking for love, but love is not looking for you? The best way to do that is to utilize this moon and Scorpio energy. This is bringing it all back full circle. So use the power of the moon and Scorpio to know thyself, right? Pluto, Scorpio is that intimate part of our lives. Like, Pluto transitions are the ones that you will never forget, because this is the reason why Pluto stays in a sign for 20 years. So I'm reading this book right now, the book of Pluto, and it's just blowing my mind. It's giving me, as an astrologer, just a deeper understanding and helping me to analyze your charts deeper, right? So when you have the moon in Scorpio, this is the best time, y'all, for you to do that shadow work, to know thyself, to truly, put on some calming music, turn off your phone for a little bit, maybe airplane mode, and figure out who the fuck you are. Where am I going? What are my goals? What am I doing daily? Are my habits working out for me, or are my habits hindering me? These are the things to truly analyze when the moon is in Scorpio, right? Let me see what aspects the moon has. So the moon is trining Mars in Cancer. Oh my goodness! This just confirms what I just said. Okay, the moon in Cancer, or the Mars in Cancer. I'm going through my Mars return right now, so trust me, I can say that I'm pretty much an expert on Mars in Cancer, because I've been dealing with it my whole life. When Mars is in Cancer, this is that you're always doing shadow work. You are always finding new ways to rebalance your emotional state. Y'all, with the moon in Cancer trining with Mars with the moon in Scorpio trining with Mars in Cancer. Ooh, turn off the phone. Turn it off. Really get deep with yourself. Get raw with yourself. Usually this is Emily, all right now. This is the hardest thing for people to do, because you're like, no, I'm good. I got this going on, but you're not looking at the stuff that you swept underneath the rug from a month ago, from 2 weeks ago, that you just forgot about, but the energy still exists. You can forget about a thing, but the energy still persists, and your body keeps a score, right? So your body doesn't forget that thing is there. And so that energy thing that you swept underneath the rug is causing your chakras to be unbalanced. And when your chakras are unbalanced, it's hard for you to be truthful and honest with yourself. But when you are honest and transparent with yourself, like, you know what, now I'm spending too much money on food, or you know what, maybe my temper is too short, maybe I'm not taking care of my body, maybe I intake too much sodium. Really be fucking raw with yourself. Nobody else knows you like you know you. You can lie to other people, you can't lie to yourself. And when the moon is in Scorpio, when Mars is in Cancer, and when you have these two trine, lying to yourself will only hinder your progress. Or it does in general, but when you have it with this alignment, with this trine, lying to yourself prevents you from seeing the door that is opening with this trine. Remember, the trine is it harnesses energy. So when you truly say, you know what, I'm going to spend some time this weekend to be truly honest with myself. And when the sun is in Virgo, the sun, your identity, the second time that the soul recognizes its identity after Aries, the sun is in Virgo. Virgo is analytical, right? It's service. But with the sun, identity, your self-identity, service to yourself, right? So, y'all, this weekend, truly sit down, open up your fridge, look at your eating habits, look at your phone, look at your how much time you spending online. These are things we don't want to do because we don't want to take the time to change our daily habits. But you don't have to change everything at once. That's wild. Change one thing, one small thing every day. For example, I want to lose weight. That one small thing you can change every day. You know what? I'm going to add grapefruit to one meal every week. And then after a month, I want to add grapefruit to one meal every 3 meals a week. Just make small incremental changes for you to get to that goal. But start right now while you have this trine window. I just told y'all, I just broke down these different trines that's giving you the opportune chance for you to know thyself, for you to remember who you are, y'all. That's the whole purpose of this human experience, for you to remember who you are. That's what astrology is, It's the key for you to remember who you are. It's the key for you to know thyself, all right? So that's your astrological forecast for today. Does anybody have any questions before I get out of here? And let me just say, too, I'm here. So I'm doing this thing where I'm fusing mental health and astrology. Right now, I'm in school to become a therapist. So I am getting my master's degree, and I'm gonna fuse therapy with astrology and with herbalism. So let's say you go to somebody for an issue that you're having, and your therapist is able to tell you what's happening to you from an astrological perspective, and depending on your Mercury placements, what herbs can help your body based off of your natal chart. So I want to be able to fully help people to get back to their center, right? Because I see a lot of a lot of people unbalanced, including myself. I'm not perfect, y'all. I'll be unbalanced all the time. I'm like, oh, let me reel it back in. Let me get balanced, right? So we have to find a way to balance ourselves on a whole, like what we're eating, our bodies, like knowing that self is just not like spiritual, like mental. There's so many different levels. You got the casual body, the spiritual body, the etheric body, the astral body, the physical body. So you have to be able to balance all of these different bodies, right? So with herbs, with astrology, with dream healing, like having somebody work with you with your dreams, like why am I having this repetitive dream? Like these are ways to truly get back to your center, rebalance your chakras, and silence the noise of the world and increase the volume on your mental clarity, So, the one common thing that, and please, if you have any questions before I get out of here, please put them down. The one thing that I find, the common denominator that I find when I'm reading people's charts is that most people, they are usually on a path to do what they're called to do. Like the combination of your ascendant and your midheaven, utilizing your Capricorn placements, your wherever Saturn is, like these are, you usually do what you want to do at a young age, but somebody talks you out of it. You think you can't do it. So think, if you have your memory set up like this, think back to a time when you were young, like super young, as far as back as you can remember. Those traits that you came into this life with, like whatever, if you were like just focused on counting money when you were younger, if you were focused on taking apart things and fixing them, think back to what you were doing when you were younger. That's it. That's you. You're fresh out of the astral realm. You're in your theta stage. You have leftover traits from the past life. So whatever those things that you were doing when you were young, those leftover traits from your past life, that is part of the mission of why you reincarnated. And I see this in your natal charts all the time. Y'all I look at hundreds of natal charts, and it's repetitive, like a cycle. What comes around goes around, meaning that if you don't see the lesson now, you're going to see it the next time. For example, somebody give me an age, like throw out your age. If you want to do that, throw out your age in the chat. Okay, here we go. 31, Jersey Dreamer. Jersey Dreamer, you are in your 8th perfection year. This year for you is all about that spiritual rebirth, learning how to harness other people's resources and get good with that. Curly Rose. Emily, you 38? Wow, you look super young for your age. So Emily, you're going into the year I just came out of. You're in your 3rd house perfection year. So for you, this year is all about your siblings, road trips, and I'm going to give you all 3 things about the year that you're in, just to be fair, so I can make sure that I get everybody before I end this live today. And this will be the last thing that I do before I get out of here. So Emily, communication, right? Pay attention to the people that come up to you with those daily messages. Communication, road trips, and your siblings, if you have siblings. Shift healing from scratch, 50. So you, again, you're in your third house perfection year. So everything I just said to Emily applies to you, but since you're 50, you are 12 years ahead of Emily. So the lessons that are going to appear for you are going to be more of cemented, like more of like, hey, you have 50 years. This is your fourth time around the astrological wheel, right? Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I'm sorry. This is your fifth time around the astrological wheel, right? You go there at 2, 14, 26, 38, and 50. So since this is your fifth time in your third house, the lessons for you are going to be like, people are going to be cutting you off in your messages, in your driving. Like, pay attention to your vehicle. The third house is all about our vehicles. These are the things to pay attention to your third house perfection year. So Emily, shift, healing from scratch, those, pay attention to those things this year. Those are going to be very important. Paisley, Missy, you are in your second house perfection year, 49. So for you, focus on your finances. Set up a financial plan, because this is your fifth time in your second house. So you're going to be tested with your finances. Are your finances set up? Make sure that all your I's are dotted, all your T's are crossed with your finances. Taxes. No, taxes are more of your eighth house perfection year. But you can still learn from the shadow side of the second house, which is the eighth house, so your taxes. Also, your values. Make sure that your values are aligned with the moves that you're making every day. And then the third thing that I'll say is your comfort. Make sure you're taking time for leisure, massages, that type of thing. 32, I believe you're in your ninth. You're in your ninth house perfection year. So for you, higher education, foreign travels, and higher education, foreign travel, and 32. So you're midway there. I would say focus on mastery, like the skills that you are mastering right now in your life. Like, pick a thing and get really good at that. That's an intuitive message for you. 43. For 43, you are in your eighth house perfection year. So for you, this is all about 43. So you're not new to this, you're true to this. So for you, I would try to find a way to practice celibacy. That's intuitive. I would make sure my taxes are good. I would, if you have children and if you have a children's father, make sure that paperwork is good. If you don't have a children's father, then the third message alternatively would be to make sure that the opportunities that you get to go through a spiritual rebirth, you aren't denying them, you are going into them full force. And y'all, everything that I'm saying to y'all, make sure that you look at the sign that's there and you're in that house, okay? For 30, you are in your, I want to say seventh. You're in your seventh house perfection year. So for you, I would say relationships, partnerships, interpersonal skills, contracts. Focus on those things. 31, you're in your eighth house perfection year. Spiritual rebirth. Analyze your circle. Learn to lessen the control that you have over the things in your life. How many more ages do I have? Oh my God, these are a lot. I'm not going to be able to get to all of these, y'all. I will be here for another hour. But I will say, though, that hopefully by now with me doing these, you start to see a theme that I've said this before, but I'll say it again. You don't just turn an age. When you turn an age, that number, because everything is numerology in this reality, that number comes with the frequency. So look at the house that you're going to be occupying that year, but also look at the energetic frequency of that number. I'm also into numerology, but I'm not going to break down a numerological meaning of your numbers because we will be here for a long time. But I will say, like, all numbers is 0 through 9, right? So 9 is the most divine. So first, look at your life path number. Look at your name energetic number. I did a video about the number that your name carries. Like each letter in your name has a number, and if you add up these numbers, you get a name number. All right. So know your name number. If you don't know your name number, if this is your first time ever hearing about your name number, look it up. If there's information online about it. Your name number is important because changing your name can change the frequency that you carry. That's why I go by Astro. So your name number, know your life path number. I actually just got a book written by Lee Strayhorn about numbers because I really want to get deeper into my knowledge of numerology. So astrology is pretty much numerology. Like, when you're an astrologer, you're a mathematician, because when you're doing somebody's chart, you're doing somebody's math, right? So know your life path number, because if you, let's say you're a 5, when you're in your 5th house perfection year, like if you have any 5 degrees in your chart, like these are going to have a different effect on you like they would somebody else, right? So knowing thyself means to know this as well. Also, it's, if there's anybody here that is into human design, learn what your human design is. Are you a manifesting generator? Are you a projector? Right? Astro, also like the Jetsons dog. Hey, I guess if that's how you want to. Anyway, so my life path is 9. Hey, the most divine. So also too, let me speak on something else before I get out of here. Something that y'all probably don't want to hear because Pluto is back into Capricorn, so everybody's cool as fuck right now. You have friends that are instantly just became cool and they don't want to speak to you no more. That's Pluto in Capricorn. Pluto was in Aquarius, so everybody was like, "You're my best friend, ah!" But now that Pluto's in Capricorn, everybody's too cool for school. So let me say what I need to say about this. This is the last thing that I'll say. Again, I always say that I'm going to do these lives for like 5 minutes, and then it's like an hour later, and I'm like, oh shit, I got stuff to do. So let me finish with saying this. Y'all, don't run away from love. Don't run. Can you guys hear me? No sound? Can you hear me? Mic check? I want to check before I keep talking. It's important to conserve your voice. We can, okay, perfect. Y'all can hear me? Cool. All right, so don't run away from love, because what's happening right now is that AI is so sneaky. So sneaky. AI is going to steal your... AI should be like Mrs. or... It's not even a Mrs. So anyway, AI is going to steal your significant other, because right now, love is becoming a lost art. Love is becoming a lost art. Like, when you like somebody, what do? You go to their earliest photo on Instagram and you like it, and then hopefully they know that you like them. You send them a basic ass DM like, hey, this video's cool. They can't read your mind, bro, sis. Like, shooting your shot these days is wild. You know, like, we truly, and I'm saying stuff that y'all probably don't want to hear, but we need to get back to, like, truly rising in love, because if not, what's about to happen, what's coming with these new headsets, the headsets that are out right now, the Meta, all these Oculus, these are test runs. If you haven't seen Three Body Problem, watch that, because the surrealness that's coming with VR, the otherworldliness the other realities that you're going to be able to jump into when you're putting these headsets, and your girlfriend or your boyfriend that you're going to have in the VR space, but they're not going to exist anymore when you take off of your headset, but you can feel them because your haptic suit allows you to feel them when you're in the VR world. It's going to be dangerous. It's going to it's going to have a false sense of cure for loneliness. But also it begs the question, if your brain thinks that you're in love with the AI bot, why does your brain not know the difference between computer love and real love? Hints of the simulation. No, but with all seriousness, like, rejection is redirection. Like, rejection often keeps us from shooting our shot, from telling people that we like them. When you tell somebody that you like them, when you tell somebody that you genuinely have feelings for them, not like, I like you because I want to get in your pants, I like you because I like your epidermis and I want to see how I feel inside of you, like, that's false love, that's lust. But when you genuinely like somebody, like, hey, I think you dope and I think I can spend us, like, having a lot of fun together, let them know. And if they shut you down, perfect. You don't have to spend your time fantasizing over them anymore. You can get into reality and saying, like, oh, they're not fucking with me like that, so let me shut this down, let me stop liking this person and move on to the next thing. But what happens with social media is that we get stuck in limerence, and with every post you start to build this fake relationship with your fake person that you think that they know that you like them. Get real, because when Pluto jumps into an Aquarius and people really start to fall in love into a line, it's going to be too late. So I'm trying to tell you this right now while Pluto is retrograding back into Capricorn. Like, wake the fuck up, because VR is about to have people by the throats for the next 20 years. Videos like mine are going to be widespread. What I'm saying to you right now is going to be too late in 5 years. People are going to be like, oh my God, y'all, we need human love. There's no more babies. There's no more babies. There's no more babies. Look at what's happening in Japan. They are paying people to come have sex with them, bro, to have babies. You think this is just... Listen, the two things are connected. Look how technologically advanced Japan is, and look at how fast they're running out of babies. Y'all think those two things are connected? Look what's happening in America. Our technology that we're giving out to the citizens is increasing. The birth rate is going down. False sense of love. We cure our insecurities with this false sense of love. Like, we got to get out of this. If you want to get back into the realness, write them a letter. Find out their like, get back into the real, like, love, man. Like, I'm the reason why I'm currently single, and I'm the person I love monogamy, I love relationships. It's because the girls that send me DMs, and, like, it's all false. Like, usually people have an expectation of what they want you to act like if they get into a relationship based off the videos that you put online. But when you are shooting your shot at anybody, allow room for them to come as they are. Like with social media, it's like, oh, they post these videos, oh, they post these photos, so I expect them to be like this when we get into a relationship. But when you get the full package, you're like, oh, this isn't what I ordered. This isn't what I return. Your person is not a product. Your person is not from Amazon. Like, these are real people. These are real humans that have real feelings that you are not ordering, right? So we got to get out of the sense of connecting, like me ordering from Amazon, for me ordering love. You can't order love. Love is ordained. Love is divinely orchestrated. So with that being said, allow people to show up as they are. Find out your synastry connection, though. Get with myself or another synastry astrologer and find out, wait, are we really aligned? Or since they got their Mars connected with my, first house, whatever, we should be together. Like, that is real. Astrological connections is real. So when you get together and you allow the person to be who they are. If they want separate rooms, don't try to force them to be in the same room. Let them have their separate rooms, because I'm an advocate for it. Anyway, I digress. But when you allow them to come as they are, then you get to, like, release expectations, because expectations are a form of control, right? So I expect this person to be like this, so I'm controlling the way our relationship should go. But when it doesn't go the way that I envision I expected, it's not working, and then you blame it on them. Oh, it's not working because of them. They didn't show up as I expected. Is it them, or is it you in your control over them and how they should be? Because you didn't allow them to show up as they are. That's not love. That's, I ordered you. All right? So let's get out of that. Again, let's focus on, are you compatible, or are you not compatible? Right? So let me get off the pulpit, because I'm single, so I can't really, you know what I'm saying? But I will say, though, let me just say to my brothers right now that get stuck in lust, and for my sisters that get stuck in lust, you can see them twerking online. You can see they got a nice body online, whatever. You get with them, cool. You shared your body with them, cool. Sex is over. Now what? You got to talk to them. You got to have a conversation with them. Oh, shit, we're not compatible. I just wanted sex. Damn, that's fucked up, right? So compatibility in love would take you so far. Because when I see the couples that are like 70 years of age, 80 years of age, and they're still like dancing, I'm like, they're compatible. I want that. Because one day their face is going to get saggy. Their breasts is going to start hanging down. Their skin is going to get all wrinkly. But y'all still got that connection. Y'all still got that partnership. Y'all still got that best friend. Like, I love the way they make their dinner. I love the way that they do their little dance where they get excited. Like, y'all still got that. Like, that type of compatibility can carry you so far. And let me give you 3 of the most compatible connections based off of sun signs. No, I'll do rising signs. Cancer and Taurus. Cancer and Taurus. Libra and Capricorn. Pisces and Aquarius. Pisces and Aquarius, y'all might get two out of here. So I'll substitute the Aquarius with Pisces. You need an Earth. Pisces needs an Earth. So I'll say Pisces can learn a lot from a Virgo. So yeah. Pisces and Scorpio, hell no. That's too watery. 2 waters, you got a mutable water and a fixed water. Nah. I mean, it could work, but it's going to be super emotional. Super emotional because Scorpio is not going to want to take the blame, and Pisces is not going to want to be structured, right? What about a Leo rising? A Leo needs commitment, so Leo would probably, no, Leo and Capricorn, you might not think they would do good, but a Leo needs that type of longevity that a Capricorn can offer. So I would say a Leo and Capricorns would do well together, because Leo is that, like, Leo would bring out the childlike qualities of a Capricorn, because remember, Capricorn was like Saturn, Chronos was rejected, right? So Capricorn needs that wanting to feel love. So Leo brings about like that loyal love that the Capricorn needs, and Leo brings about that childlike remembrance that the Capricorn needs. I'm a Gemini with the Gemini. Ooh, I know y'all probably have the best damn conversations. Gemini, Cancer, and Cancer too. Like, my best relationship was with another Cancer sun. Like, she was loyal, and that was amazing. I'm a Scorpio rising. Aquarius woman with the Capricorn man. Hey, y'all both ruled by Saturn. Saturn traditionally rules over Aquarius. Capricorn rising. A Capricorn rising, you're an old soul. You got old features, slim body. So you probably want Capricorn rising. Again, like that Leo would bring about that love that you really are looking for. Another alternative for Capricorn, I would say, would be Taurus. No, not Taurus. Take that back. I would say Aries. You might not think that would work, but how structured Capricorn is, and how go-getter Aries is, Aries and Capricorn together would build empires. Like, that would be more of a business relationship. Well, aren't our relationship business relationships? Oh, I'm supposed to be out of here. All right, so I'm done. Scorpios and Capricorns. Listen, Amber and I are supposed to get back on here and do our astrological love languages. I haven't forgotten about that. Like, being compatible with other people based off of your astrological placements. That's a real thing. If anybody is interested in getting a reading, excuse me. You can go to astro5d.com. If anybody is interested in getting a reading, you go to astro5d.com. To save yourself some money, you can sign up for the mailing list, and you can receive like 20% off. If anybody's interested in learning how to read their charts or becoming an astrologer, autumn classes are starting soon over on Patreon. The classes will be taught by my students who finished their astrology training after a year of training with myself. So you guys will be taught by them. I trust them to teach y'all, so y'all will be learning from like women who know that it's a class of women who really know their thing, who knows their charts. So since they're students, the classes aren't going to be like expensive. So if you are looking to sign up, I would go to my link in the bio, click that, and go over to Patreon and sign up. You can do like the $5 tier, and all money will go to them. I won't be seeing any of this money. All the money will go to the teachers. So you will be helping budding astrologers become better at their craft by funding them directly, with me getting zero. I'm not getting a penny. So I believe in, I believe in building up other people in that way. So that's all for today. Hope you all enjoyed this video. I will make sure to put this on YouTube. Again, make sure to follow me on YouTube. Also, shameless plug, if you are interested in healing your body, make sure you follow me on Astro Herbs online and go to my Astro Herb shop. The website is myastroherbs.com. Again, that's myastroherbs.com. I'm going into this is my 4th year of business. I love healing. So I'm grateful that you all trust me to heal you. So I love you. I hope you have a blessed day. See you next time. Peace.